Okay, so I'm gonna put a picture of exactly what this looks like. Because after I made those videos, I was like doing some research on Egypt because I had seen a falcon, but I couldn't get past seeing an eagle. But they kept calling it a falcon, and it was so confusing. And I don't know about birds. I know what an eagle looks like. I don't know what a falcon looks like. But I'm like literally making. Some part of me understands something. Which is helpful because I need this. I need to get confirmation that what I'm seeing does have it does have a resonance. So falcon is like a huge resonance in Egypt, but eagle is sort of like this symbolic bird that sort of follows across centuries as being the most profound bird, right? So it makes sense why. But in the process of making those videos, I saw a giant statue, and it was all black. And the face, I didn't know what kind of animal it was because it wasn't a cat, it wasn't a bird, it wasn't a snake or anything like that. It literally had a long snout and then two sharp, pointy ears. And they called it, when I tried to find out about Egyptian sort of symbols or statues, I think it was a jackal, and then, but I'm just trying to remember. It was so late when I did this. I was so tired. But Anunnaki, I don't know how do you, why does it have to be a weird word that nobody knows how to pronounce? It's some weird word like Anunnaki or something like that. And we've all heard this word, and nobody wants to say the word because it sucks to say it. Who wants to say it? I find that word annoying. My favorite word is pamphlet. If it could just be pamphlet, I would say it all day long. So, let's see. So we have this giant, massive Anunnaki figure coming out of the ground of hell, of this hell dark realm, which is absolutely growing like Mother Earth nature scenes. And it's sort of like the world itself is so tired of being an expression of chaos that it's like, yay, Mother Earth, just nurture me and fill me with like plants and growing things and happiness. So that is what is happening. Just really quick, this part two. I just want to make sure if you're watching this video, you need to watch part one before you watch part two. But I'll put like a little synopsis at the beginning so you kind of know what happened in the first part. But so I'm doing a soul rebirth journey, and I'm going into some dark places in order to heal, and then seeing dark entities, which I healed quite a profound one in part one. But now I'm sort of in this sort of giant chaos realm, which is healing on its own. It's a reflection of how things are changing now, and sort of the darker reflection is receding because it has no choice but to break and be transformed by the light, literally. So that is what is going on here. And now this sort of giant man with this head of a jackal or what is coming out of the ground. And I didn't do a lot of research. I just saw the picture and then the reference, and that was what I took of it. I don't know anything about what it means or anything, but so he's really enormous, which isn't a big deal. I can grow enormous too. It's not like I'm in a spirit realm. There's no limits to what I can do. I prefer to just be a tiny little ant and then show him how mighty I am as a little mighty mouse in comparison to his giantness, because he cannot intimidate me. So let's see. So I'm actually whispering something in his giant ear as a little person. And I'm like a little tiny angel the size of an ant. And I'm whispering in his ear something. Oh, he's very angry. He uses fists to grab me and try to smash me. She can't kill me. That's the funny thing. This sort of laughter again. Because this dark places don't like laughter, and laughter is like joyful, right? Especially when it's honest laughter. Honest laughter is like really a good deal. People need to laugh a lot more than they do. Laughter heals a lot of ill vibrations just naturally because of the sounds itself. Create really great harmonies that are really good for clearing lesser energies. So So I'm just sort of being really comedian and really silly to him, and he can't stand it, which makes me want to be even more taunting and silly. But I need to be serious because I want to understand. So I'm actually going to him, touching him with love in order to understand. Now he's sort of transforming. I can see him with greater clarity, where he is not a statue. He's like a real man, with this head of an animal. And he's wearing like a white wraparound, and it has a design on it. It's very Egyptian looking. Everything is very Egyptian looking. His skin is still a reflection of black, but it isn't black. It's more like a gray color, a dark gray, and it's even changing and lightening up and becoming the reflection of a man that was possessed by. He was. I don't. He basically was ruled or run or. I don't know the words to describe what this means. So you have a man trapped inside an identity, right? The identity that is this like very profound and evil reference. And that was just one thing. I think it is just a jackal, but I don't. I honestly have no historical. I don't know anything about Egypt. I just know what I see, and then all I can do is in my spare time then try to make sense of it as a human being trying to research. So this sort of. So he was contained inside a very angry, vicious force of energy, and then he couldn't be his own expression. He couldn't be his own man because he was forced to be trapped inside an identity that was evil. It's basically it. And so now the evil is sort of evaporating with this realm even. It's completely like evaporating this sort of image of the statue that has shrunk down to a man, and now completely looks like a man. A man, even very muscular, very strong man. He doesn't even look Egyptian. How come this would not be the first time. Sometimes they look very Egyptian, and sometimes they look like Roman soldiers or something. But he looks like a Roman. He's very muscular. He just built. People aren't just built like that. So I'm just waiting here. They're sort of like, do you know, some sort of real thing. Almost like Rome and did have some interactions with Egypt, and that it was that white people being in an Egyptian empire was normal, even that you would see white people there, sort of Caucasians from countries where the sun isn't, where your skin doesn't need the tolerance of the sun like that. But he's a white man that was sort of possessed by this evil reflection. I'm just going to him now. The realm itself is just healing, and it's even sort of like really wonderful sounds of birds. And that is so peaceful. After a really long journey, you just to have a field of Mother Earth, and then flowers, and nature. You don't even care about bugs. You just lay down and fall asleep to the birds singing. It's the feeling right now. Because so much has been bottled up and wound up and has been so horrible. He's literally kissing the ground, falling to the ground and kissing it. He's been released is really what this is. There's like a huge wash of white light, and I've been seeing Gandalf the Grey, Gandalf the White. I've talked about him in other videos because I've been seeing him on my journey healings, and now I'm just like totally about him. So I just sort of use him. I'm just like, all right, Gandalf the White, come on in here and fill this realm with pure white light. And Gandalf the White is like, he's Gandalf the Grey, right? But he's like Gandalf the White. because he is like this super aligned, loves human beings, loves planet Earth, wants to shine his white light across the globe and heal every single human being who's suffered. All souls on this planet have suffered painful, painful incarnations. And they've all been difficult because the clarity has not been there. Human beings have not been able to access spiritual clarity for thousands of years because of this sort of demons literally managed to take over the planet and then trap souls even and find ways to really manipulate this whole society. Everything has become out of balance, but everything is singing a new tune now, and even Mother Earth is starting to show her profound giant feminine like awesomeness of love, like the biggest motherly, nurturing, loving expression of all time. She's also a reflection of man too, but she has the motherly, nurturing way because she heals us, right? Mothers are that's sort of they nurture their newborn babies. Their bodies do naturally, but you can't have a baby without man and woman. So you need to be respectful and honor both sides in balance and in oneness, right? So there's so many like powerful, profound spiritual expressions that are sort of coming into the scene now, able to make an impact here. So for me to do this work now, I can make an impact through helping people to see the dark side. That is something that is not you stand up and then you look it in the eyes, right? And then you have confidence and you trust and you feel that profoundness that channels through you from heaven, literally. So there's nothing wrong with loving, and there's nothing wrong with heaven, you know. There's nothing wrong with feeling embraced by love, letting go of the pain and suffering, and walking a new pathway that is embraced by love. So now you choose to open yourself up and receive healing, right? Unconditional love, healing. They're saying that the most profound thing any human can do is visualize and experience simultaneously themselves standing up with confidence and gusto and sincerity and gratitude and humility, but gusto, you know, confidence. Open yourself up into the light of all. To heaven's light. Say, heaven, I ask that you fill me with your light. I want you to embrace me with love. I want you to heal me. I want you to heal all of the dark parts of my expression. I am tired of this cycle, and I'm ready to stand up and be awakened and healed and to align with my highest purpose. You do that, and now that is what you get. You can't get that unless you stand up and say that, right? If you just choose to just feel like the chaos is winning still, then it is. Now stand up and choose to be embraced by light. It's not hard stuff. This isn't rocket science. You don't have to have a degree. You don't have to go to college to know how to love, to ask for love, and then to share love, and know you are worthy and deserving of love. So, let's just see what else. They're saying, do you feel that you have rebirthed his soul? And I'm saying that I guess I need to go back and examine everything. I'm telling you what, there's more healing to do because there are deeper, darker places. They're really exposing that now because so many of these upper veins are sort of breaking down with light, that now everything is exposing itself. It can't not. They're showing me that even his body is completely... this is what we do. This is how we do it. That is the whole point of rebirth. It is to heal all of these layers in order to literally manifest the complete detachment from the darkness, and the pain and the suffering of all the incarnations. That is what they're showing me. They're showing me that, how all of this healing has sort of, is filled him with so much love, and vibration, that, there's sort of more work to do, so to speak, but there isn't. Because everything is detaching now. Even his own body is literally melting and disintegrating, which is what I usually see at the end of these things. Like, you will evaporate in the light. Even my own body disintegrates, even with my own rebirth journey. So it's pretty normal, way that I evaluate how you are detaching from everything from the past. So they're showing me how his body's literally like, this does not cause pain, at all. The human body does not experience any pain from this event. This is literally the soul choosing to release from its identity with, specific identity that it has been, experiencing all of these incarnations up to this now moment. And now the soul and the body even simultaneously choosing to allow the soul now to literally be released from its, super incarnation cycle identity and all these layers of pain and suffering and attachments and all of this stuff that is sort of built up over all this time. And now literally, it is in the light right now. So his soul's literally in the light right now. And we're just waiting now. This is what happens. It's sort of like the soul is reborn in the light, is totally refreshed, and now it has no relationship with anything that it was previously. It is new. It is renewed. This is a big deal. Because now what is manifesting before me is so strong and so solid, and so different, even like a Superman. Even has a cape, pure white, solid structured man like a Superman. Walks with such sturdy, solid, grounded footing. Is so grounded, is so strong, and is so confident. It has no relationship to anything that it had ever been. I mean, the past is always, a part of the memories of all, right? But it has no relationship or attachment with this soul expression. It couldn't possibly try to. The soul now gets to choice what it wants. And this is super. It's sort of like he's so beaming with white light. It is hard. It is impossible for anything lesser to penetrate. He's so strong. Literally is like Superman, even with white cape and like sort of superhero getup. So strong. He could fly, and then he could even fly into the earth, and fly through the planet, to the other side of the planet. Nothing is going to stop him. He's invincible. He's unstoppable. He's even able to fly through outer space without a spaceship. He can just fly into outer space, and nothing can, stop him. He's so powerful. They're saying this is. I'm gonna try to translate this. It's sort of like he was stockpiling all of these prayers and dreams and hopes, and he was staying so strong, this guy, for his whole life, to get through all of this pain and suffering. And now as reborn, he, gets to experience all of his dreams and gifts and everything, created this sort of extremely solid, invincible man. He is as powerful as he always knew he was. And then some, because now he is even more stronger than ever before, because of the gift of all of his lifetimes, the gift of his suffering in this lifetime even, has now been given back to him tenfold in what is a very profound and sturdy, structured man, invincible man. They're saying your rebirth is complete now. This work had to be done. It had to be done today, even. It had to be done this morning. This says today is something about ever since May 1st. I did, yeah. All right, so that is all. That is all I'm going to share for this, and thank you, everybody who's let me do these by video, because I'm building a tolerance to be able to do them by video. It was really hard the first one. They're just getting easier as I go. And there's such valuable wisdom that is shared with everybody when I do these. I can't, I still have, it's like please visit my store and support me. That's all I'm going to say, because I can't live without support, right? I can't live without a financial assistance. Like, I have to work a job, and so I do this work in my free time, and so I'm looking at providing maybe a cheaper option so that I could do more rebirth journeys, but it would be a video option, where you would, part of the exchange is, I need some financial support, but also the exchange is, you get your healing, but you share your healing with the world too. I'm still trying to figure this out. This is the best thing I can do. I think it shares the most valuable wisdom. And so that's all I can share for today. So thank you for watching, and there's more to come. I hope you have a wonderful day.